let's talk about cannabis because yesterday you may have noticed that the Pipsqueak London Mayor Sadiq Khan suggested or proposed that possession of grass, weed, smoking it in the street should be decriminalised because that would improve relations between ethnic communities and the police. There's two things I would say about that. Is you might as well just say, well, why don't we legalise stabbing and violent attacks and guns and rape? Because that will make things a lot less fractious between the people and the police. So that's fairly ridiculous. But there is one thing I want to say about this. I think it's a racist thing to say. The idea that ethnic community, people of colour and ethnic people smoke more dope than white people is racist. It's just not true. It's not true, and I won't have racism on this show. Seriously, though. Anyway, the Dorset Police Commissioner has hit back against Sadiq Khan, saying that not only should weed not be decriminalised, he said it should be upgraded from a Class B drug to a Class A drug because he says he thinks it's just as dangerous as crack cocaine. I'm not sure if I go along with that. And I come from a generation, I was saying this last night, you know, where for my generation, it's hard to get worked up about drugs. I grew up in a time where everybody took drugs and people just didn't really think all that much about it. So I'm pretty diffident and liberal about dope smoking and things like this. But the reason I don't think it should be legalised or decriminalised is because I think it's a bit like bunking fares. You let these little things go and you just create a growing sense of lawlessness.
That's it. I think it's the bigotry of low expectations, as you say, as well, for ethnic minorities. It's just, you know, he's saying ethnic minorities break the law, so let's abolish the law. It's as simple as that, and it's you know, that in itself is extremely worrying. I'm like you, Kev. I grew up in the 80s and 90s on the Manchester music scene, and I was very much part of that. So, you know, everyone...
Congratulations on surviving.
And I'm here.
Still here to tell the tale.
I'm still alive. So that does say something, and I can actually string a sentence together sometimes. But this is... Look, there's something here about what dope is now, and we're really talking about skunk, I think.
It's very strong,
It's extremely strong, and we know that it does cause depression, it does cause anxiety, and it does cause psychosis. It is a gateway drug.
It is a gateway drug. I mean, kids who start smoking weed, particularly now, you're right. I mean, not all of them, but some of them can develop serious psychosis, schizophrenia. It can be very psychologically damaging. But also, probably I would suggest it's more dangerous as the gateway to the wonderful world, or the not so wonderful world of hard drugs.
Of hard drugs, and but also for everybody else, you know, I was walking to the studio today on the street, you smell it.
I know,
it's all over the place. You know, and. We're saying, oh, you know, it would be decriminalised. Isn't it decriminalised already? Because everybody smokes it out in the open.
That's exactly the point I made yesterday. The ridiculous nature of this declaration by Sadiq Khan is this: it already is decriminalised. You know, you see people smoking joints on their way to work in the morning. The whole of London stinks of it. Coppers, you know, they don't so much turn a blind eye. They're just not interested. That is below their pay grade. So it already is decriminalised. But I don't think we should go the full 9 yards and make it legal.
No, because it would fundamentally change society. People say, oh, well, alcohol is legal, and look at the harm that does. Alcohol is a different thing. It's part of our culture. Yes, there are massive problems with it, but it's always been part of our culture. If you introduce marijuana and make it illegal, you will fundamentally change society, okay? There's something different there. So we desperately shouldn't want to do that. But again, it just comes to this thing. So So if you live in a block of flats, for example, this could really ruin your life because it's going to stink the place out. Okay, it's not just in public places; it's in private dwellings as well. But also, it's, as you say, it's the broken windows thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's along with litter in the streets. It's along with broken windows. It's just something else that takes the joy out of life and makes everything just seem shabby and that nobody cares.
Exactly right. Exactly right. It's funny that we don't really talk about drug problems anymore. We've still got big drug problems. Used to be one of the pervasive sort of issues that gripped this country. We just sort of shrug our shoulders these days.
Well, I mean, you can remember when the Rolling Stones were put in prison in 1967
for cannabis.
For a little bit. You know, a great big core celeb. It was the end of the world. Then you had heroin in the 70s. Then you had ecstasy in the 80s and 90s. It was all a big thing. But now it's just... you never smelt it or saw it in the streets. That's the thing.
It's just, it's what I say, and I'm glad you agree. The fact that this city, and other cities too, but this city just stinks of weed all the time. Nobody's paying their fare on the tubes. Petty crime is just overlooked. People are getting beaten up on the streets. Just this sense that we're in a serious state of decline, and lawlessness rules the roost, and that isn't good. That isn't good. So that's why I would not decriminalise or certainly legalise cannabis. And by the way, over in America, some of those cities where they've and states where they've legalised it, particular places like Seattle and Colorado is terrible. I mean, these are becoming cities full of zombies because you can buy really seriously strong stuff. And the other thing, I was explaining this last night to Isabel Oakeshott, the idea that regulating cannabis by making it legal puts the illegal dealers out of business.
It's just nonsense.
Well, actually, business is booming for the illegal dealers in all the states where cannabis is legal because it's unregulated. So you can't buy it legally under the age of 16, under the age of 18, and there are strict controls on just how strong it can be. Well, the illegal dealers are saying you can buy at any age, and it's as strong as hell. Exactly. There are no restrictions. So it actually makes business better for the illegal dealers. So everything about legalising it is dubious, to say the least. And I think the worst thing is cities full of zombies.
Yeah, they will be supplying a particular demand. It's just that demand will be illegal, but that city's full of zombies is exactly it, and who wants that?
Exactly right. I'll just tell you a quick story I told Isabel last night. This is funny. So Colorado was one of the first states to legalise cannabis. Big city Denver, and of course the reason the authorities are quite keen on doing this, it brings in billions of tax dollars. So what did the state of Colorado spend their new cannabis tax dollars on? A new courthouse and a new police station. That's true.